Hi guys. I just finished the Everton Chelsea game, and I am not a Chelsea fan. I'm a Madrid fan, but I feel really sorry for Chelsea fans. I feel sorry for the fans who experienced the extreme highs of the last 20-25 years for Chelsea. I feel really sorry for the fans who are going through an existential threat to the culture of that particular club. It must be a very excruciating experience to watch what this new Chelsea team has become under the stewardship of Clear Lake and Blueco. Um, it's no news that this game ended 3-0 against Everton. Obviously, Everton at home and Chelsea away. This game signals a huge change in the direction of a club that once had promise. Let's just imagine 6 months ago, or let's say even 8 months ago, would someone have, taken a wager that Manchester United would seem to have a better prospect moving forward than this Chelsea side? I don't think too many people would have that opinion. But right now, that's where we are. Everything about this team looks dispirited. It looks uninspiring. It looks like their soul, their essence has been stripped away and everybody's just there. I'm going to analyze this not with complicated statistics or numbers, but Chelsea, I think there's a problem. And I think the owners, they should shoulder 100% of the blame. There is no, I'm not blaming Liam Rossini, and to be honest, I'm not blaming the players because I understand what happens when when they lose confidence, when a team loses their identity, when a team loses the belief that makes them who they are. This is appalling. And there are many reasons for issues like this to occur at a club, at a giant club, at a giant European powerhouse as Chelsea. Like, they played today from the goalkeeper to the defense to the midfield. They got overrun. They were Everton ran over them like it was nothing. The 3 goals Everton scored, they feel like goals that I score while playing FIFA. The last goal by Ndiaye was an R2 in the box. Everything just feels so wrong. I'm not going to blame the new coach, Liam Rossini. No, it was set up to fail. It was set up to fail. It was set up to fail. Everything here just looks awry. Going into this game, um, there were many things you would expect. Like, I'm looking at like every one of the attacking players was present today. We have Pedro Neto, there's Palma, there was João Pedro, every one of them. Garnacho came in, Esteval came in, Delap also came in as a 78-minute sub. But still, when you strip the confidence, the soul of a team away from them, this is what you get. And this is coming off the hammering from PSG. You would expect a reaction. No, that didn't happen today. So I'm going to give you some reasons why I think Chelsea are in a huge disarray right now. One of them, I think, is the culture of the club is gone, and there's no other way about it. There is no other way about every club in Europe, in the world. They go through their ebbs and their flows during a season. It's normal. There are times you'd win, there are times you'd lose. But the way you lose can be a more substantial factor than just losing. At some point, you have to expect fight. At some point, you have to expect pride. There is nobody on this Chelsea team right now, from Pedro to Fernandez to Neto to Cole Palmer, who has any direct connection to the people of the past. And this was a comment I made when Blue Lake took over Chelsea and Peter Cech had to, I think he resigned or he was let go. I was like, yo, what are you doing? That is a representation of the Chelsea excellence. You do not let him walk out of the door. Or if you make him walk out of the door, or if he walks out of the door for whatever reason, you must immediately try to replace that symbol of excellence. They didn't do that. For some reason, Clear Lake, they seem to abstract themselves from those guys who created the Chelsea culture that lasted 2 decades. And every one of them, they've separated themselves from them. The Chelsea team that won the UCL in 2021, there is none of those players that remain on this team except Reece James. That's it. So, if your new crop of players do not know or are not shown how to become champions by those who have done it before, and constantly reminded by the legends that took that club from where it was in 2000, 2001 to where it got to in the 2010s. This is going to continue to happen. Another reason why I think this is happening, you implemented a coaching change in the middle of the season. A coaching change with Maresca, who hasn't done the most excellent or the most outstanding job since he took over. But the ship was steady. The players seemed to like him. The players seemed to respond to him. Every big games that Chelsea played this season, while being coached by Maresca, they showed up. They showed up. And you think for a young coach, for a young squad, making such a change to a young coach himself will do what? What exactly do you think? Do you not have footballing people in your employ? I mean, every decision you've made, and now I'm speaking to the ownership and the ownership group of Chelsea, every decision you've made with player purchasing, with transfers, sending people on loan, calling them back in the middle of a season, every decision you've made points to either a lack of astute operators at Chelsea. It shows incompetence at the highest. I don't think you understand what Chelsea is, what Chelsea represents. Not just in England, but in Europe. Chelsea is a powerhouse. And you continue to churn out money season after season, going after players. I think your priority is just money. You have no interest in continuing the excellence that Chelsea has displayed in the last 2 decades or 2.5 decades. And it's unfortunate. On the flip side, I am so happy that Everton are doing so well. They played a brilliant game today. The goals they scored, they were full of energy. They wanted the game today. They really wanted it. I'm so happy for Moyes, man. I'm so happy for, oh God, listen. You have no idea how much happy I am for David Moyes. I called it 2 or 3 years ago when he got fired by West Ham, when the fans were complaining, oh, he's not playing the Moyes style. Guess what? He's not playing the West Ham style. Guess what? The West Ham style is relegation. I want them to be relegated so bad. You do not have the right, West Ham, you do not have the right to say you have a style of football. Your style of football should be win enough games to remain in the Premier League. That's it. And you ran that man out of town. And now you wallow in your relegation battle with the likes of Nottingham Forest, Burnley, and Wolves. And guess where David Moyes has Everton? 7th on the table. They are looking at Europe like this. And they are only 2 points behind Chelsea. So in every Premier League team's evaluation of coaching and coaching staffs and coaches, David Moyes is probably not in the first level of elite coaches. But guess what? In that second tier, or maybe second, third tier, actually I'll say second tier, for Premier League operators, yeah, David Moyes is there. And this is what you get for being too arrogant. And now I'm speaking about West Ham fans. For being too arrogant, for not knowing your place, for not knowing that you were blessed to have David Moyes as your coach. Now you are wallowing in 17th or 18th or whatever it is. And nobody cares about you. I know right now you're wishing that the times of the period when you had Moyes, those times, no, they don't. They won't. You're not that good. You're not them. You're not. But back to Chelsea. Chelsea fans, I'm sorry you're going through this. I can't relate, but I know it must hurt to know that just 5 years ago, you won the UCL. And how do I know that? Because you beat my team en route to winning that UCL. This is a new low for you. If you're not careful, I don't think you'd make it to the UCL this season. It's just unfortunate. But I wouldn't blame Liam Rossini, man. It was set up to fail. It was set up to fail. I won't fire him. What would I do? I'd bring in, I'd go scouting for a good goalkeeper. I'd start there. I'd buy three center backs who are like above average. Bring in some experienced players who can direct your team and stick it out with William Senior for another year or two until, you eventually fire him. But man, this is a new low. And I don't think help is coming anytime soon. As usual, like our videos, make your comments. Let's know what you think. What do you think can be done for Chelsea? Because you see fans going at Arsenal. And you're like, yo, dude, do you know where your club's at? Anyways, let me know in the comment section what you think should be done at Chelsea. I think they have to sell. If there's an opportunity for them to sell, I don't think these guys really care about the football, man. They just want to make money. That's all they want to do. Anyways, bye for now. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Thank you for joining me here today.